You're watching Morning at NTV.
Welcome back, and many thanks for staying with us right here on Morning at NTV. Our next banter right here this beautiful Monday morning. Take note conversation and the business update, why we must teach our kids to code. Now, can you imagine a future where Ugandan children and youth apply strong analytical design and programming skills to solve the problems of Uganda? Well, a bright future for Uganda depends on today's young people, and it is vital that we all develop this talent while it is young. A Ugandan startup I know called Future Code Club shares this vision, and to effect it has created a unique way for primary and secondary school students to realize their programming potential and complement the standard education curriculum in Uganda, filling a gap unable to be met by most schools. Now, the core concept is school-based coding clubs, like a school football team, enabled by events, competitions, training, and mentoring at primary and secondary levels right there. Joining us to talk about the future, about the Future Code, we have Shadrach Mwanguzi and Michelle Mirembe, the co-founders of the organization, to tell us more about what coding is for our children. Good morning and welcome to Morning at NTV. Morning. Well, first of all, what is coding?
So basically coding is telling a computer what to do. Basically that's coding.
Voila, that's it. You just get to a computer, just tell it verbally, or do I have to press some keys?
Okay, you press some keys,
Yes.
but also computers, and they have a certain language that they understand, the way me and you are speaking in English. So computers speak ones and zeros, but now they are languages that were created by companies that we use to communicate to the computers.
Seems like a very tricky
No,
situation.
actually it is, that's what we are trying to break now. When you talk about coding,
Codes, numbers,
yeah,
this and that.
numbers, it's complicated, but
Wouldn't
wouldn't
it be so mind-boggling for the children? I understand for the adults, but then the children who are just toddlers, wouldn't it be so mind-boggling, a burden on their brains?
So over time, they are, like I've told you, languages have been made simpler. Now it's all about dragging a block, So we have more visual languages now to code. No, so that's what we use to teach kids how to code. So it's really very simple. It's a drag and drop. Tell a computer, move this box there, then it will move it. Yeah.
Why is it so relevant to teach our kids to code?
So basically, as you know, we're getting into the fourth industrial revolution, and it's all about the internet and the computer. And I think it's in most interest for us, especially Africans, because most of us, if you ask around people what they use the computers for, the social media, listening to music, playing movies, and all that. But there's more you can do with this computer. You can use it to generate apps, websites, many things, animations, and those things. People outside there, people maybe in the US and Europe are doing it. Then we're like, why not also us?
So Future Code Club is looking at 2030, how they can empower the young child right now to be able to enter, maybe get some skills so that by 2030 they're ready to enter the workforce.
Yes, we're looking at now and later, of course.
And we have realized the sooner you start it, like by the time your child turns like 8 or 7, best age to start. Because there are easier ways. Now, if you start with visual languages for children, 7, 8, they can understand visual languages. So you just start with visual languages for kids. By the time they're 18, 17, these kids are good. They're doing big things already.
Now, remember, now in my case, no one taught me how to code. My father just bought me this very, very old IBM, the big one, the white one, with the big monitor right there. And I was able to teach myself, just try and error, right click, left click, and then before you know it, I was able to learn a few things on my own. No one taught me. But now, are there any mechanisms that you've put in place, like Future Code Club, to enable our young people to learn?
Yeah, we crafted a curriculum that is very easy to understand. It's here and there. It's so simple for children. Actually, he's self-taught too, so he can tell you how he has gone through the curriculum.
Personally, with my story, I also at the age of 8, that's when I think I got lucky. My uncle brought us a computer at home. So since that age of 8, when I reached high school, I used to design certificates for Interact Lab. So I was already earning from my self-taught skills. So after then, now campus, when I started even campus, I was already employed. I was designing some work here and there. So I've really earned from it. And there are so many opportunities out there because just imagine a young child doing a website. They're going to earn from it. All these animations, TV ads, because when you come for our programs, you'll be amazed by what kids do. Yeah, so I think it's a hand-on skills that somebody needs, and it also helps with the employment. Yeah, you don't. It's not so complicated. It's up to you and your zeal and your goal. Then boom, you start making money.
Because right now, Mirambe, in Uganda right now, kids start learning computer at the age of 14, 15, I believe. Senior one,
That's quite late.
Senior one,
Yeah.
isn't it that quite late?
It is late, and they learn computer, but they don't learn coding.
Right.
And they think coding is for smart, bright, very smart people, you know. And TV, I think, has made that with all these shows we're watching with Big Bang Theory and all that. You think
Yeah.
these people who learn coding are very, very smart. But coding is actually simple. It just takes practice, knowing the basics, and you'll do great by it. So we're just trying to empower people to not be scared away or shy away or get a bias, because children have a bias towards coding. We don't want that bias. We want you to come. That's why the younger the better, because you don't have that bias. A kid of 9, 8 doesn't have bias. So you just come in, learn it, and you're going to love it.
How does it work?
So when you come in, we have different programs. For now, we have just launched our weekend program. It's 6 weeks weekend
6
program.
weeks.
Yes, and you start with our basic program, which is Scratch. It's a visual language for children, around from 8 to 13. So you're just learning visually, because kids, when they're looking at things, they understand. And we use like Scratch. You can make animations, so it's like they are creating their own cartoons. They love it so much.
So you're saying it's best to introduce coding to kids at the age of 8, very, very early.
Very early. Actually, Korea does it from, I think, 4.
Yeah, I think
Not
even
correct.
in the
Yeah,
UK they do it
from
from it. Then also the other advantage to it is that during our coding lessons, we boost people's confidence. Then there's teamwork, because people work in teams. Just imagine you are getting exposed to teamwork at that early age, working together, being confident, you're able to present to your teammates. So I think it's also a social skill that somebody needs at that early age. Yeah.
So I believe really the age of 8 is really contentious. Like me, in my case, 20 years ago, I hatched this plan to become a journalist at the age of 8. There I was seated with my mother, and then I was like, Mother, you know what? I'm just going to be like Barley Francis in the next 20 years. But then the society around me didn't believe it, because they were like, oh, you cannot be a journalist if you're not related to maybe the first family. You don't have celebrity status. You need to know someone. But then someone told me, no. If you work hard, really, really, really hard, you're going to get there. Now, speaking of how we got here, tell your stories. Musinguzi first. How did we get here?
So basically, like I told you, for me, it started when I was 8 years.
All of us.
All of us.
All of
actually.
us.
That's
When it comes to coding as a whole, how
Yeah.
did we get here?
How did we get here? So basing on my story and what I've been able to do with myself, out of me self-learning the coding and everything, I was like, what if I could give this skill to someone out there? Maybe it could also help them earn a living or gain some skills like confidence, teamwork, and all that. Then also, coding is not something that is going to go now. We're in the tech revolution now. Everyone is using the internet and everyone is using computers. So I think it is in the best interest for everyone to learn coding. Yeah, actually, as we're interacting with different people now, because we have been to different schools, even teachers at some schools want to learn what is coding. You understand? So I think that's where my whole vision and story comes from.
And Michelle, what would be your account?
Oh, so for me, I applied for a job.
Yeah.
So when I applied for a job, I applied with someone who had coding background, and I had never lost out to anyone for anything, and I lost that job. And I said, okay, wow. So at the time I was working with him, and I was like, well, what is that? It's like coding. So I got that love, and I said, you know what? Let me teach myself. Show me what I can learn. Show me what I can do. And that's when I realized it's not hard. You can learn it. It doesn't matter how old you are, although it does help if you're still younger, so you can easily grasp. It doesn't matter how old you are. You can just pick up your laptop, see what you can do, check a class, and you can just start learning. It's so simple, and that's what we want to promote to Ugandans everywhere, different districts. We want people to start understanding that code is for everyone, you know, to dream bigger than what they have. We want you to dream so big that you can attain anything.
So how many participants do you have in the Future Code Club?
So right now we have 6 schools for the code clubs. Then also we have so far exposed 2,500 students to coding through our an hour of code. It's a free
2,500
yeah,
students.
we go to different schools, give them an hour of code. Like kids are able to do maybe a simple website, maybe they can do a simple animation to help them get the interest into coding. So that's what we have done now. We are on Saturday we are starting our weekend program where we're encouraging parents during the weekend as people are going to play games, sports and swimming and all that to also bring their children for coding to learn something new. Yeah.
Mirabe, I understand it hasn't been an easy road. What are some of the challenges you've encountered while it's trying to teach our kids how to code?
I think the biggest thing is educating the public about coding. They don't know about it, most of them, and the people who know about it, Ugandans, we have this culture where we are pushing these other subjects, biology, math, English. They don't see the upside to learning something like coding. So I think that educating the public part has been difficult for us because you have to go and be like, it's important for the child. But then after they do it, the parent sees it's like, wow. I now see why you want it, because they have learned how to do critical thinking, problem solving of something so small. And that's what coding does. It gives you that boost where you want to see, okay, what does this do? Creativity. What do I do here? What do I do that? So they have seen the love, they can testify to it, but before, it's a problem. Yeah, it's hard.
Okay, poor sensitization. So they know nothing, they're totally green. Number one, first challenge. Number two. Is there any other?
So number 2, I think it's to with also sensitizing, like when we're going to school, some of the stakeholders, I think also the teachers or the headmasters, some of these people seem to be so drived into the normal curriculum of read biology, read what. I think that's the other thing. Then also maybe internet coverage, but anyway, it's getting better, so I think even the better for us. Yeah, basically. Then also maybe one last, some schools up to date, some schools have computers, but kids don't learn computer. Wow. Then some schools don't have computers totally. There's some schools that, hey, that is our lab. Yeah, the lab is there. Yeah, but we have been figuring out to teach these kids computer.
Just like
but
a hospital without drugs.
Perfect.
Wow.
Yeah. So there's also that kind of challenge.
So what have you been doing to help such schools, like in the event that they do not have computers and you really would want the students right there to learn some coding?
So basically, since we're startup, we use simple resources. We have a projector, then we can take a few computers to these schools to at least give these children an insight of what the world is all about coding. I think that's the best thing we do. But also in the future, we're looking at having a center where and having more resources where we can be moving to different regions and reaching different people. Actually, we are planning for an hour of code. We want to go maybe to a refugee camp or the prisons to expose these people, because many of those people are there, but they may not be doing a lot. But just imagine having a tech hub in a refugee camp or a tech hub in a prison, and these people can do these things because it is simple. And the people have the time. And with the right resources, they can be able to do
I see your point, because mostly in Uganda, mostly the refugees in South Sudan that came to Uganda, most of them have been unemployed. Some have been here like for a decade or two. So how have they been surviving? And in your opinion, you think if they learn some coding, they might get some skills to penetrate the Ugandan market? Yeah,
because just imagine a refugee seated maybe in Achivali there. He's doing some work for Facebook. And this is possible today. You can be in Uganda, but you're working for Facebook or Google or any other companies, because there are so many companies. Each day a company is open, they need a website. There are clients who need an animation to do today. So there are so many opportunities with coding. You can always find something.
And this would be a very good way to reduce
I'm sure
crime,
even you personally, you need a website for yourself. You may want a website for yourself. You understand? So there are so many things. The opportunities are there, but now we want to get on that road.
It's really awesome, because I'm looking at it from this perspective. Refugees right there have been embroiled in so many scandals, being too violent because they have nothing to do in that regard. Now, if I have some coding, I'll be able to look for a job or keep myself busy. The prisoners, by the way, right there in jail, they could also get something different from their usual crime of activities.
Yeah, and most importantly, everyone loves a computer. When you say computer, you get excited. But again, what do you use that computer for? So that's where coding comes in. Other than using the computer to send messages, watch videos, watch movie, now it's being productive.
So remember, I see you and Ms. Msinguzi traversing the various schools trying to teach coding. How have the students been receiving it? Is it positive?
They love it.
Awesome.
You know, when you begin, they're all like timid. They think it's going to be difficult. But then when you get into it, you start seeing they're happy, they're working in groups, teamwork, they're super excited. They really, really embrace it.
So what is the future of coding in Uganda?
So with coding, we just need, I think we want more people to get behind it, because this is the future. This is where we're heading. And I think this is a sector that has not gotten so much light on it. So we want for people to understand how important this is. And we begin by breaking that stigma of coding is difficult. It's for only the smart people who get A's. No, 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 no. And we want parents to also start their kids as soon as possible. Because even though your son is going to be a lawyer or a doctor or anything, it's still a leg up if they know how to code. Because they put it on their assignment papers like, okay, so this one stands out because, well, they know how to code. So that's always a leg up. It doesn't matter what else you're doing. It's a leg up in life if you know how to code.
Ms. Msinguzi, I mean, if you are watching right now this show, and I have my child that knows nothing about coding, between the age of 8 and 10, and I would like this child to start learning with you guys, Future Code Club, what can that parent do?
So basically, they can check out our website,
Which is
www.futurecodeclub.org, or they can look on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or Future Code Club Uganda.
You have a telephone number?
Yeah, 0751 351 363. You'll be able to reach us anytime, any day.
And for Airtel, it's 070
0701
44
44
62
62.
803.
So if you're a parent right there and you would like to teach your child coding, you have Mr. Shadrach right here and Mirembe. They work with Future Code Club and they can help you very well in that regard. Just call the numbers 0751 351 363 or 0701 4462 803 in that regard, and you could, get some help in this regard. The future is coding. According to the social development goals, I believe, set by the United Nations, by 2025, the biggest skill that your child might need could be around analyzing skills and also analytical thinking. Coding is one of them right there. I think I've read a few of those, and it's really important for your kids to learn this. It's a vital skill they need by the year 2030, between 2025 to 2030 in that regard. Now, as we wrap up, Mr. Msinguzi, coding, is this how we get billionaires, tech billionaires?
Yes, this is how we are going to create our...
You see now. That's
this
why
is
you
how
need
we are
to
going to get the
teach
future
your child how to code. So,
yeah.
Go ahead.
I think even among the richest people in the world, there's techpreneurs there. Yeah. So, and all these people's stories, they start by themselves. It is personal. And here we at least we're adding some help. We're giving people a brick to start. Yeah, we're giving them a foundation. So
okay, Mr. Msinguzi, I think we have a minute. I see my producer right there fuming to get out of here. So Mirembe, as we wrap up, let's talk about the future of coding a little bit. Yes.
Yeah. So coding is, and I believe in African countries, we need to get on. Yeah, we need to get on this. Coding is where we are heading as a country. If we want to blow past certain countries or blow past certain marks, we need to put more emphasis on coding, because this is how we get people who are creative thinkers, who come up and innovate things that we didn't even know we could innovate. So I think, we need to back it, break the stigma, and just come and code with us.
Mr. Msinguzi, blow your own trumpet in 40 seconds.
So basically, I encourage everyone to take part in coding and also to support us, because through coding we're going to create solutions to the problems that we have. So that's my last shot.
Mr. Shadrach Msinguzi and Michelle Mirembe from Future Code Club, thank you very much for having made the time to speak to us.
Thank you for having us.
I mean, I hope the viewer has gotten one or two things with regards to coding right there. It's a social development goal by the year 2030. Your child needs coding to have an upper hand right there in the work industry as we head into the fourth industrial revolution. Fourth industrial revolution is synonymous with coding in that regard. With that banter has come to a close, we are now going to link up to our reporter, Stephen Mbide, who is at Namungona Parent School. UCE exams are starting today, so we wanted to get some details in that regard, but maybe we shall get more details in that regard after this short break. We'll be right back.